Kickoff team out there. We're ready to rumble for this college football playoff game. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Offense comes up on first down in 13 personnel. This can create some problems for a defense. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. Run it up the middle, but stuffed for no gain. And they don't block the defensive end, who shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Second down, we're going to throw it. Caught near the sideline, but just a short gain. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
You know, they're completing passes, but they're not getting the ball downfield. It puts a lot of pressure on your receivers to make plays after the catch. Now you're third down and long. You're going to have to get the ball thrown downfield if you want to be able to put drives together.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Quarterback delivers complete to the right side. The gain is not enough for first down, so it brings up a fourth and short. Set up to throw. Taking a deep shot here to the right. And the ball is picked off. Tackle made after a short return, but the pick ends that threat.
Chris, you have all week to kind of find the matchups that you want. They clearly wanted to go after this defensive back. They looked at it, first drive of the game. They make the throw. It's just a poor decision, in my opinion, by this quarterback, and it cost him.
Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Picks up the first, looking for more. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
And offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
It's caught inside the 30, still on his feet. Tackle is finally made, but the gain is all the way to the 24.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
One explosive play has this offense set up just outside the red zone now with a first down. He hands it to the back. The first one brought down
nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
So the offense really clicking here. 3 plays, and suddenly it's 1st and goal. The quarterback's got it on the option. He'll toss it to the back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, you talk about a corner who isn't afraid to come up and hit someone. Great play on the outside to wrap the pitchman up and bring him down behind the line. It's good recognition, agility, and speed to make that tackle.
They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Caught by the back behind the line of scrimmage. Try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team out there. They are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. Offense on the field to take over. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Here's a quick screen to the receiver. 0 running room, stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, these receiver screens, if run correctly, can be a big play with a convoy of linemen out in front. This time, just not able to get it going, and it's a nice job of the defense to prevent a big play.
2nd down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. The pass is intercepted. He's brought down quickly, but that takeaway is a huge play for this defense.
Well, that's now 2 interceptions for this quarterback, and we're only in the first half. This is the exact start this defense was hoping for to create a ton of momentum.
And here comes the offense back out onto the field now. Pre-snap motion from the offense. Off the play fake on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Escapes the pocket, but cannot make a play, and they sack him.
Losing so many yards on the first play of a drive like this off of a scramble really turns 2nd down into a salvage down. You set out to get enough yardage back to make 3rd down possibly manageable.
And here's that wrinkle, the Wildcat formation, extra blocker in the game. Let's see what they call him. Oh, and he's going backwards. The Wildcat look did not fool this defense at all.
Well, if he would have stayed on his track and stayed more to the inside, I think that play opens up for a nice game. Instead, he's looking for the big play, bounces it to the outside, and there's just too much speed on that defense.
Had a nice drive going here, but now it's 3rd down and long. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He escapes the pocket. He's wide open. Look out. They finally tackle him at the 4. It's a solid gain on the pitch and catch. The offense threatening. Close to the goal line with a new set of downs. QB keeper all the way.
Well, anytime you use your quarterback as a runner, the goal is obviously to hit some big plays. You've got to be careful of letting your quarterback take too many big hits. Not only can he get tired, he can also start to fumble the football.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Now the important point after attempt. And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Here's the toss play. Runner heads outside.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. If I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
Offense comes up 2nd and 8. That running game not producing much on the first down play. Runner takes the toss, runs to his left. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
Love this early in the game by this defense, taking control of the line of scrimmage, not giving this back anywhere to go, and to keep him short of the first down.
Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
See if he can make something happen with the return. He's brought down, but a good effort to make something of that return. The offense with 3 tight ends now on first down, trying to create a mismatch. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Moves out of the pocket. Trying to create here on the move. And it's incomplete. That's a risky throw on first down. Lucky to avoid the interception there.
You know, I like the quarterback's patience here, and instead of trying to force the issue and squeeze the ball into coverage, he just decides to just basically throw it away and live for the next down.
Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Quarterback pre-snap adjustment snap for this defense. Looking to pass here on 2nd down. He's going to take off here. Breaking free at the 35. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. Big chunk play. This offense operating at peak efficiency. Breaks into the clear. Quick juke to get free. And they finally get him down, but a huge gain to wrap up this first quarter. And as we flip the field and begin quarter number 2, we'll see if they can continue to build this lead. So here we go, an exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a 1st and goal. And from the shotgun, an inside handoff. So they'll try to add to the lead now with a PAT. The extra point is good, and they stretch the lead a little bit more. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. Offense ready to start this drive. first down. Looking to throw the football. That's reeled in. It's Moore. He'll be smothered right at the line for no gain.
Well, it's a game of matchups. Always has been and it always will be, especially on the perimeter. And the quarterback believes his guy is better than their guy.
Second down after that short completion. And the quarterback dropping back. But they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete.
Boy, this defense has been incredible all year long, and they continue to be that way in the postseason. Just getting after this offense, whether it's putting pressure on the quarterback, great coverage downfield. Right now, they are dominating this game.
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. On the move now. It's a deep shot to the right. Got a man. Catch made. Big play. That play will move the sticks. Set him up first down at the 42.
Chris, there's a lot of pressure on this offense here early in this game. They're down early, third down and long. Nice job of protecting. The last thing they want to do is have to punt this ball away. So instead, quarterback has time. Nice throw, and it's a first down.
Off the play fake, looking to throw on first down. Oh, the pass rush gets home.
That's another sack for this defense, Chris. If I'm not mistaken, they've had a lot of pressures. I think that's their second sack of this game. And this defense has a lot to do with why they have this nice lead here early in the game.
That sack sets up a second down and very long. Pre-snap motion from the receiver. Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Took contact on the throw. Oh, and he dropped it. You do not see that very often from this guy. He's going to bring up third down.
It has been a tough first half in this playoff game for this offense. They cannot get anything going through the air. Not only they down the scoreboard, but there's really nothing to build around as we...
Looking for a man deep down the left side. And this is dropped. Would have been a huge game, but he could not collect it.
What a hit there on third down. The timing was perfect, and now we got a big fourth down play.
And here comes the punter onto the field. And he'll kick it away now for the second time. And the kick angles out of bounds, so no return possible here. They'll come up in wildcat formation. Let's see what the call is. And it's a direct snap. Defense not fooled by the wildcat look. Just a short gain on the play.
Defense does a really nice job here being able to contain that run game, held him just to 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at second and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
He'll try the option play here. And he will be stuffed for no gain.
I love this. Good job by this corner to come up, get physical, and bring the quarterback down on that option. Never gave him a chance to make his read and toss the ball out.
A tough situation for the offense. Third and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. Some pre-snap movement, back in motion. Looking to scramble. Using his legs here. He called his own number, and the freshman QB keeps this drive moving.
Man, nothing is more aggravating for a defensive coordinator than this right here. You've got him. You've got a chance to make a play on him, take him out of his rhythm, but instead, this guy gets away from that pressure, tucks it, and picks up some big yards.
Nowhere to run. They'll corral him for no gain.
And it's a nice job by this defense. They saw option. They actually forced the quarterback to pull the ball on the read. And then they corral him for a loss. You can tell they worked hard on that in practice.
Offense behind the 6 now on 2nd and 11 after the 1-yard loss. Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Looks to the left, and it's complete. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Quick throw, the catch is made. Breaks free with room to run. And they get the conversion there. First down now from the 33.
Boy, another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show how dangerous he is when he has time to throw. The defensive coordinator's got to change up his looks, maybe bring in the blitz, anything they can do to get this quarterback out of this rhythm.
Quick throw to the left. Intercepted right near the end zone. What a play. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
So the first play of the drive coming up here, under 3 minutes to play before half. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. They stop him after a 6-yard gain, so 2nd and 4. Here comes the up-tempo offense. Okay, we reached the 2-minute timeout. The offense some work to do here, trying to cut into this lead before halftime. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. And the wideout goes in motion. He's going to hand this off. They bring him down to the 38, but that's good enough for a first down.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
And the runner scoots out of bounds after gaining some decent yardage.
You know, a lot of times these types of plays either go for nothing or they can go for a huge chunk of yards. Here they do a nice job of getting it to the outside, turning it upfield, and ended up getting a nice gain out of it.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Ball handed off. Going to try to run inside, but nowhere to go.
Well, Chris, this is going to set up a big 3rd down now for this offense. They're down early in the game. All the hype and the pressure on a playoff game. You don't want to dig yourselves too big of a hole. They got to keep this drive alive, so they need to convert right here.
Tight end goes in motion before the snap. Quarterback in the shotgun here on 3rd down. He escapes the pocket. And he'll heave the ball deep down that right side. And it's hauled in. Catch made way downfield. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
Good job here by this offense coming up with his first down on the 3rd down play. They knew they're going to have to deal with a lot of pressure, did their job, gave the quarterback time, they convert, and listen, you're down early in this game. Every possession matters. You need points on this drive, and they're able to have that chance now with that conversion.
They'll hand it off. Solid gain there. It sets up a 1st and goal at the 7.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on 1st down.
Now a chance to cut into this lead before halftime. It's 1st and goal. They'll give it to the running back.
Now that's what I'm talking about. This hasn't been a great first half, but putting up that touchdown like this, now they're going to be feeling good heading into that locker room and get themselves to believe that they can come back and win this game.
Went after is good. They're down 14 now, 21-7. So the offense gets momentum, scoring before halftime. Now the kickoff. We'll see if the defense can get his top and preserve that momentum. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. the first play of the drive, less than a minute to play before halftime. Looking to throw it on first down. Bringing pressure. Tried to press the ball deep, but it's incomplete.
Well, the offense coordinator with the right call, trying to take a shot there, but just poor execution. They couldn't come up with a big play. Let's see if the coach tries it again later, or maybe in the second half.
So second down after the incompletion. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. Oh, look, he's trucking it deep again. Oh, that one's picked off. Not much on the return. Tackled at the 17, but a big interception for this defense.
Well, we're just here in this first half, and this defense is all over. That's their second interception. Good job of pressuring the quarterback, making him uncomfortable, and forcing the ball into coverage.
They'll go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They'll tackle him at the 27.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear a defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
Finds that big tight end for a short pass. Ball carrier heads out of bounds, but the pickup is good enough to move the chains. First down. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Pressure is coming. The QB throws his third pick of the day. They bring him down, but a chance to turn that into points just before halftime.
Chris, that's his third interception in this game alone. If he's going to stay in this game, he's got to do a better job of protecting the football.
They start the drive here, looking to make something happen in the final seconds before halftime. First down, looking to throw the ball. Fires it to the wideout. Incomplete, just 3 seconds left. Time for one more play.
That ball just seemed to sail on it. You got to make sure to give your receiver a chance to be able to come down with a catch and bounce, because in today's game, man, these receivers make catches like this all the time. And if you put the ball out of bounds, you're not going to give them that opportunity.
And it sails right through the middle of the uprights. Solid kick. And that will extend their lead even further. Minute's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And they'll kick it off to begin the second half. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. They go with a direct snap. They bring him down, but a big chunk of yardage on the play.
Big runs like this are just demoralizing for a defense. It's one thing to give up big plays over your head against the pass game. When teams can run the ball, pick up yards like this, it really affects the team's mental psyche and their confidence. And you'll start to see some
He's going for a big play downfield. Oh, he dropped it. Can you believe it? A huge game slips through his hands.
Chris, the defense catches a break here. They got behind coverage, looked like a big play, if not a touchdown, and the receiver just dropped the ball.
They come to the line in the Wildcat formation. Defense got to be on alert here. Always looking to throw. It's a quick grab. They bring him down, but the Wildcat produces an explosive run to get a first down. After one enormous play, the offense is set up with a 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Ball handed to the running back. Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing. Well, they run it right into a blitz, and that linebacker was coming downhill, Kirk.
Man, what a time to call that blitz here by the defensive coordinator. And you're right, he shoots right through that A-gap. Really, the back had nowhere to go. By the time he got the ball in his hands, the linebacker's right in his face.
Looking to scramble to his left. End zone ahead. What a weapon for this offense. A quarterback who can flash the speed and finish a touchdown drive just like that.
How about being the defensive coordinator? You've got everything covered. You make the right call. And all of a sudden, this guy is so athletic and so gifted with his ability to improv, you can't contain him. You better come up with another scheme, and you better put 2 or 3 defenders on this quarterback.
And the PAT is good. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start from the 25. And the offense trots back onto the field here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he dumps it off to the tight end. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain. So 2nd and 6. From the gun, he looks for an open man. Running out of time in the pocket. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now 3rd down coming up.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on 3rd down. A deep shot to the left side. It's picked off again, the 4th for this QB today. Not much on the return, but the important thing, the takeaway, snuffs out the scoring threat. Big play.
Well, this defense has been great the entire football game here. They knew they had a lot of pressure on them in the playoff. They stepped up and played well all game long, and now they get a critical interception here late in this game.
Keeping it on the ground here. As the 1st down is still going. He's tackled short of the 30, but that's good enough for a 1st down.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Nowhere to run up the middle.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? Quick throw. That's an RPO caught on the left side. They bring him down, but a huge gain. They cross midfield to the 49.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more.
And he's looking to make a big play downfield. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Chris, they come up with the incompletion, but I like the idea of stretching the defense. It can do so much to help out with your short to intermediate passing game, even affect the running game by making those safeties aware that you're willing to take a shot downfield.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Moves out of the pocket. Catch made on the right side. That's a big gain. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, great recognition here by the quarterback, recognizing zone defense. Initially, didn't have anybody open, but I love he's able to show that he's got enough athletic ability to get outside of the pocket and be able to make that nice throw for a big 1st down.
They'll come up in wildcat formation. Let's see what the call is. Now, when he's getting boxed in, the defense not at all fooled by the wildcat look.
Boy, the defense does such a good job at taking any threat downfield away. All he can do is throw it to his back, and loss of yards, now you're behind the sticks.
Direct snap. Tough running to avoid a loss that just barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's not been their day as a defense, but you can see they have not given up. What a big hit into the backfield that time.
8th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Let's it fly to the wideout. Finds a man to the left. Big catch downfield. They bring him down at the 7. The offense set up now with a 1st and goal. Here's the handoff on 1st and goal.
Well, if there was any chance of a comeback, that's been put to bed. Great job by this offense extending the lead and, in my opinion, putting this game away.
They'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. And the PAT is good as they continue to pull away even more. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. And the offense makes its way onto the field, hoping for a successful drive. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Offense flinching before the snap. That'll cost him 5. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. Motion now from the tight end. And the back gets the football. They'll tackle him at the 27.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. Play action fake, looking to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Ross. Refuses to go down. Nobody can bring him down. They finally grabbed the senior, but not before he leads the defense on a chase.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Here comes a 1st down pass attempt. Caught over the middle. It's Ross. Tackle made at the 36. It'll be 1st down. This offense in good position here.
Well, there's no time to sit there and talk to each other as a defense. You give up a big gain for a 1st down, and already you got to get lined up because here comes the ball again.
The running back has been busy today, but not much to show for it. The defense all over him again. 2nd down after that run on the previous play.
Chris, I'll be really honest with you. I don't know why they continue to try to run the football. I'm all about balance. I'm all about trying to make sure defense has to defend the run and the throw. But at this point in the game, they haven't been able to run the ball. They're going to have to go through the air if they're going to come back and take the lead in this game at some point.
After the incompletion, they'll have to try to convert here on 3rd and 9. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Running back grabs it on a screen. And they bring him down. Blocker's not much help on the screen there. He's short of the 1st down. The offense trailing here in the 2nd half. This is a crucial 4th down try. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Can't connect in the long throw. Incomplete, a 4th down stop.
really thought that this was going to work out, showing an aggressive approach here, going for it on fourth down. Looked to be there. They just weren't able to complete it.
They're going to run it here. Has the first down and more. They get him down, but a big play moves into the 45.
Chris, that's another good run for him. He's had such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll change the pre-snap look now. Here's the toss play now, running left. On the defense, wraps him up behind the line of scrimmage to conclude the third quarter of play. So let's get back to the action. 1 quarter away. What would be an impressive CFP statement? Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. Takes the handoff and he'll head left. Runner finding some space there. That's a solid gain on the ground.
Well, I would just stick with this RPO. That's a really solid gain, and it's plays like this that eventually make that defense collapse down. Then you can pull it and hit a big play through the air to your receiver.
And looks like the quarterback's going to run it. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be fourth down and inches. So no hesitation by the coach. The offense is out there to go for it here. On the run, he'll let it go. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down.
Chris, you talk about having a day. This offense just goes out. They're not even looking at the scoreboard. They're just going out, executing the play call, and continuing to put points on the board.
And the kick is up and good. They tack on a point to their lead. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there to start from the 25. Offense back out there trying to get something going. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. He lets it go. Catch is made down the middle. He's found some room at the 45. They get him down, but not before he reaches the 39.
Finally, good for them. They come up with a big play like this. Let's face it, offense has been at a premium for these guys. You wonder where plays like this have been all game long.
And looking to throw now on first down. Looking deep downfield to the left. This one is broken up. Ball's incomplete.
Well, here we are in the fourth quarter. The offense just trying to come up with something to try to spark this offense and give them a chance at a comeback. Unfortunately, the defense is playing smart. They're sitting back, anticipating these deep throws.
Following the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 39. QB tries it again here on 2nd and 10. Right down the middle. It's Moore. Defense reacts quickly. A very short gain on the play.
Well, fourth quarter down by a couple of scores. This offense doing everything they can to not just score points, but do it in a hurry, try to preserve the clock. Here, they're tackled in bounds. They don't pick up a first down. Good job by this defense to keep that clock moving.
Third down, out of the shotgun. Quarterback looks to his right and finds his man. The defense stops him just short of the marker. That'll bring up fourth down. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Finds this receiver. That's enough for the first down. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
That's why you practice and work on these routes. When you get to a fourth down, you trust the receiver to run not only a good route, but know exactly where he needs to go to be able to get the distance for that first down.
Back to throw again. Short pass finds the tight end. And he runs out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the first half. They go right back to him again, and we can see the second half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put a safety back behind him. Some kind of double coverage to slow this guy down.
Tackle just short of the goal line at the 1. What a run.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, where the heck was that all game? Or maybe he's just kind of keeping that to himself, thinking, all right, maybe this is something to build on. Maybe something positive can come out of this. You're going to have some bad games from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready in the future. But that right there, that's what they've been looking for all game.
Nothing on that play makes it second down and goal from the 2. On the ground, trying to power toward the goal line. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So 2 chances to score a touchdown in the red zone already. They came up short. Now it's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Intercepted in the end zone. Brought down after a short return, but the pick sets up his offense.
Oh, you feel terrible for this quarterback. He's played well all year. He's trying to make a play, trying to force it into coverage because they need points at this point in the game to try to advance into the next round of the playoffs. Puts it into coverage, and that's probably going to do it.
Chewing clock with the running game. Makes a nice move there. The Wildcat picks up a solid gain, but they're still short of the first.
What a gain here. Almost picked up a first down on a first down play. Good job here late in the game, playing hard, dominating football by the offense.
And it's a direct snap. Defense makes the tackle, but that Wildcat look does produce a first down. It's the 2-minute timeout as the offense continues to try to work the clock and secure an impressive victory here today. First down and 10 now. Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Now they'll run it on the toss. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, great job here by this defense. They're trying to bounce this to the outside, take advantage of his speed in the backfield, but no chance at all. The defensive speed, ability to diagnose the play, blows it up.
Direct snap to the back. Stop right there at the line. No gain.
This defense just hasn't had many answers for this running back. Guy's already over 100 yards on the afternoon, but give him credit there. They made a nice play in the backfield.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now 4th down.
This defense is trying to do anything they can to get back in the game. The fact this offense is still throwing the ball, who knows, maybe a tip pass, maybe an interception, anything they can do to get the ball back.
Decides not to fair catch it, but he is tackled immediately. A gutsy move, but didn't produce much. Offense comes out to start this drive. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. He's got a man down the middle. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. The clock is still running. They got to get set quickly. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Goes to his right side there for the completion.
Chris, now that we're in the final couple minutes of this game, it's a good time to just kind of step back and appreciate the job this defense has done throughout the entire game. They've applied pressure. They've been physical at the line of scrimmage. Good job in space. And a big part of the reason that they have such a big lead today.
That completion makes it 2nd and medium. Taking a shot deep toward the end zone.
You know, the most impressive thing to me, Chris, I mean, they're not going to win this football game. I love that they're still fighting. I think that tells you a lot about this team, the character, the culture, the way they're coached. It's not their day, but I'm just impressed that they're still battling out there.
So after taking a closer look, the officials are going to overturn that previous ruling on the field. They're backed up here, trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Looking downfield near the end zone.
Well, first of all, I'm impressed that the user has not turned the game off and reset their plan into the final whistle. And the offense is following your lead by playing hard and gaining some confidence for next week. You're not going to win this game, but I'll tell you what, you're a trooper.
Offense is out there. They're going to go for 2 here. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. And it's picked off in the end zone.
Oh, man, that was not a great throw right there. Pass is intercepted on the 2-point try. You have to wonder why they decided to go with that call.
I believe they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. On the hands team does their job and secures the recovery.
Well, they didn't really have much of a choice. Had to go with his onside kick, but as we all know, such a low chance of actually recovering this. It was likely their only option if they wanted to get another shot at trying to get the football back.
They come to the line in the Wildcat formation. Defense got to be on alert here. Direct snap. Defense is coming after him. And it's incomplete. Little first down trickery doesn't work that time. Second down after the incompletion. They're going to run the option. There's the handoff. And he'll be brought down here on the final play of this game.